This is a song called Them's the Breaks. It's slightly related to a song called Tough Shit on my album Go Fuck Yourself. Them's the breaks, them's the breaks. Excuse me. Them's the breaks, 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 them's the breaks. Them's the breaks, 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 mm, mm, mm. Them's the breaks, 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 them's the breaks. 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 Ooh, them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. As I shriek back in horror. Them's the breaks. 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 Hey. Them's the breaks. Hey. Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. Oh, them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. I will be a boy forever. Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. I will be that boy forever. Them's the breaks. 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 I will be my mother's son forever. Them's the breaks. 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 I live on the brink. On the brink. On the brink. On the brink. I live on the brink. On the brink. On the brink. The heavens first lived on the brink, on the brink. This entire natural kingdom on the brink, on the brink. Hey, hey, on the brink. Lose my lung on the brink, on the brink, on the brink. This whole heaven on the brink, on the brink, on the brink. On the brink as I look around for my secret wand. In the brink. What did I do with my wand? In the brink. Hey, 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 in the brink. Hey, 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 on the brink. Hey, on the brink. I think I took it somewhere. I'll have to look around for it. On the brink. On the brink. Oh, I put it in my back pocket. Okay. On the brink. Hey, hey, on the brink. Hey, hey, on the brink. Hey, 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 oh, on the brink. Hey, hey, oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 hey. I don't think on the brink. I don't think on the brink. I will think. I will sink. I will think on the brink. Well, another day on Earth. I'm alone, and I have a camera. That's it, baby. These trees look mildly pornographic. I really enjoy that. And see a friendly face in there. It's good. Don't see the owl today. That's good. I mean, I love the owl. Don't get me wrong, but that's powerful medicine. And I did my own version of the owl yesterday. Man, it's amazing how the world can change from one day to the next. Especially when you take a full fucking view. You start processing the evil. You spend some time in someone's house for a day or two here and there. You spend some time around someone, and you start to evil starts to sink in, and it's like, oh, that's some damn fucking evil. And it's like, wow, evil is always kind of as evil as friendly can be, and as friendly as evil can be. And it's just this match made in some diabolical place inside of a Hollywood screenwriter's mind. And you see the richness for drama and contention and hope and sorrow all over your fellow man. And it's no wonder that they try to sort of cinch down their relationships with as much regimented and religious obedience as possible. Because I've met sociopaths who said, they're not particularly religious, but they can't even keep their marriage together without God, without serving this third member of their triangle and making sure there's always that third member of their triangle. And they never talk about their children that way. So you see the reverse of the triangle, right? You see the homosexualization of the family. Because you only have to be heterosexual enough to reproduce. That's it. Not enough to maintain cognitive function. And in all fairness to every profession of the world, George Bernard Shaw is the one you need to go see when it comes to professions that are always glorified ways to conspire against their laity, which also, as you may have surmised, also serve as the kind of milk or Milky Way of the entire profession, which is a way that the Son of Man can be lured into supplying what I consider some kind of invading bacterial mold from the stratosphere, what it needs, or what it thinks it needs. Trapped as I think it's become in our culture. I think it found its way into our minds, found its way into our society, and then trapped itself in it. And so in a way, our society is the prison of the greatest evil of our society. And it now has the only thing it can do through us is to try to make us feel we're as in prison as it is, and to feed on us more desperately, because now it's made a prison here. It actually is not meant for the environment that it's found in man's mind. And as much as it continues to feed apace, man needs now to kind of get it out of his mind. Which you might think is a rather paradoxical thing for me to say, considering I seem to keep it on my mind 24 hours a day. And it's not to say that ignoring it really is the best way to get it off your mind, but rather it is that anything is on anyone's mind is usually ample evidence, whatever other utility, facility, or felicity it may have, that this thing is on their mind. And it's getting off on it. So that's its sex. It's getting off on deluding you about everything in space and time. So I don't know if there's a market out there for saying that everyone's sense of reality is based on the the sexual habits of a mold that finds itself in a prison-like culture in the way that it's been allowed to work into the human mind. I don't know if that's how people want to think of the world today. I'm not sure if there's ever going to be a market for that. But, there's always someone kooky enough to want to understand enough things all at once that you can understand anything at all. So using higher brain function without having to reduce oneself or resort to using any of the sort of bastardized languages of math and symbol. And not that any of the languages themselves are, by and large, or in and of themselves wrong, but nothing is really that great until you can ascertain what's put into the vessels of these wonderful looking letters, any more that you want to take some time, or any less you want to take some time looking at what's been poured into the vessels of a biblical story or a Hollywood movie written by Jewish witches. It's you certainly, absolutely dedicate your mind's functions as you will, distribute them as you will, but if you're listening to me, you've given yourself a chance at least redistributing some of your energies that you use for masturbating or taking a shit while watching Jeopardy to thinking about something of a higher order of stimulation for a mind such as that of your own. In a world gone mad, you must listen to me, and I will be your madman. Let me be your madman scapegoat. I'll be the madness, you know. You can go tell your family stuff that I say, and they'll be like, oh, hey, they'll just tell you you're a fucking idiot, and they're gonna give you pills, and then you'll come back to me and say, you're a fucking asshole, you fucking piece of shit. And then I'll be the scapegoat. It's like, no, I'll be the fucking piece of shit because you told something I said to your fucking piece of shit family. And it's like, okay, I'm the piece of shit. I'll be your scapegoat. I'll be your pinata, you know? Get what's left of your erection and try hitting me with it. On that note, I run into the weird erection batons of repressed homosexuals from time to time, men, some of whom are a little more aggressive than others. I'm not even sure if they know they're faggots or not. I'm not even sure. I don't think it matters at this level. I think there are two kinds of people in this world: homosexuals and repressed homosexuals. I'm convinced of it. But I don't know. We got to make our allowances, don't we? Isn't that what the world's always telling us? Some of us, I think, we've made rather enough allowances. I'm now closing the allowance department. We are now disallowing. You know, we're disavowing and disallowing all the allowances. You make an allowance on good faith, right? You make an allowance on good faith. That's all. And then you retain, no matter what anyone tells you, the ability to ascertain and conclude ascertaining or recommence ascertaining whether that faith is well placed. And if you have lots of generations to look at the fruits of these various kinds of benefits of the doubt, then you're in a totally lawful position to retract any allowances that you've made for any reason, right? To think that you can waste power, for instance. When there's like an infinite source of it in the atmosphere all around you, like you could never use enough of it. And the more you use, the more of it there is. Like it just wants to be used. You should use more power. Leave your power on all day long. It's a lot of cities are fed by all the power that they're producing. There's an enormous, like the power structures of the earth are completely the opposite of what we're told they are. They really are an incredible source of abundance that work with our minds. Like the power works the way our minds do. So if power has been manipulated, you can think that our minds can be manipulated too. Parts of our mind. And then you can, like in the great giveaway medicine of the turkey, you can give away that part of your mind. You might say, well, I'm losing my mind. It's like, no, you lost your mind a long time ago. You're giving away the part of your mind that's holding on to the idea that you've had full use of it for the last several generations. It's like, oh, okay, you give that part away. You make a tribute of it. You let them have their foreskin, their sacrifice, their burnt offering, their holocaust, you name it. And you just step back and go, hey, look. And I come up to you and go, hey, my God, man, get yourself into control. You had it to give away. Don't worry about it. You've got more where that came from. You can grow it back. And this time you can grow it back without having them influencing you since you were born. It's like, you have an immune system that can only take so much. That was for them. You haven't lost nearly as much as you think. Right? They've got what they want, and you'll get what you want. And then that's the path that lay ahead of you. They led you into a dependency. They led you into a difficult and coercive situation. And so, of course, your wits get jangled. You don't know what you might have lost. You're now liable to believe anything you've said. You could have lost your humanity when Adam was born, which in fact the whole point of Adam is a curse on man. It's Adam, the word man, and what's put into the geometry of the entire story and put into the geometry of their names and everything and so forth is a totally anti-heterosexual force, which is what God is, an anti-man force. God is right there in the beginning, just like they said, it's in Adam and Eve, in his image, because Adam and Eve is the curse of God on this world, which is a man and woman and mother eating disease, like a mold that's come down from the atmosphere. And it accreted, I think, over such a long period that it then asserted itself at a time when, for whatever reason, caught our minds vulnerable and found a way to control the entire Earth from a very small stratosphere of the Earth. So, the world is being controlled by the family mold. Good for you, you motherfuckers.